Hi guys, I'm Shmee and I come to you from the very end of Autosport. We have just finished our 13th and final live show, but what a weekend this has been. My first ever time doing some presenting on what was a huge arena back here. About 5,000 people in the audience. We did those 13 shows plus some rehearsals, and I hope some of you guys were able to come down and enjoyed the show, where we had the LT obviously driving out, but also over in the exhibition hall is my GT8 that up to this point I have only driven once. The day I drove it from Gaydon to here. Tonight though, we're going to take back both the LT and the GT8 and drive the Focus RS, which has been here for sort of getting around the local area, back to London, where I will have all of my current cars in my garage together for the first time. So I've only once ever actually had 5 cars together at all, and that was just before shipping off the LT, the FF and the GT4 over to Ring Garage in the summer, and I actually only had them there for about 30 minutes. So I've got 5 garage spaces, but tonight I might steal some of my neighbours just to put all of the cars together when we get back home, if I can. So I'm going to take the LT around now. It's in a different hall to where the GT8 is. I've got some logistics to work out to make this happen. Take that round, meet up with where the GT8 is, and basically try and get them into a truck along with some of the sort of signages we've been using for the show as well. So I'm pretty exhausted. I hope I'm not seeming too tired in this video because this has just been a crazy long weekend. Been playing around driving the Ginetta G55, did some stuff with Terry Grant, who's just been awesome. He did the big loop-the-loop stunt at the end, which was cool, that I didn't show you in the previous video to keep it a little bit of a secret for those who were able to come here. But for now, let's jump into the McLaren, which is still looking rather nice, even under the exceptionally yellow lighting in here, and I do apologise for that. Those Ginettas are actually white, not yellow, and let's take it around. It's basically done very few miles over the last few days, even though I spent a lot of hours driving it, because all we've done is gone out there into the arena. So, getting some good mileage on here now. Let's start it up. Yes, I've actually done a grand total of 13 miles at this show, but it's been fun and used a tiny bit of fuel. So let me take this round and we'll go find the truck. Here we go. Car number 1 ready to be loaded into the truck then, and I'm going to do a quick cheesy shout out, but All Transports, massive amount of help for me at the moment. Big thanks to the guys. And we're going to get this inside now. Up goes the McLaren, leaving us a nice space underneath where we can put the Aston. That's always quite fun actually. There's a lot of carbon under tray on there, which nobody ever wants to damage. So I will head back to the hall and pick up the next car. Well, this is quite fun. You've got cars being driven, cars being pushed, rally cars out on the road without number plates, all sorts of different machines making their way from here to the lorry park to be loaded up, because obviously there's a big queue to get all the trucks in here. You've got a roof in its passenger seat, that car looked like, but you've got everything, because we've had all the different cars on display at Autosport, and I gave you a quick sort of preview tour of, obviously during my introduction video. I've got to work out which is my hall, and conveniently it's the one right here. So this is where we were when we brought it in. This is really cool. Some trucks that have got this close, many others that haven't, and it's amazing how quickly that has emptied out. That is, well, everything's gone. So I'll head in. And look, there goes the Liberty Walk 458. See ya. Nice and noisy, does it? Probably one of the best times to be around actually, with all of the noises of the different cars. Intrigued when the Ford GT goes. Just because I can, I'm going to wander via the Ford GT on my way over to my stand. GT3 RS, and then behind that we've got the Ford GT just over there. It's MrJWW. Had a fun show?
Oh, it's been flat out. If any one of you guys are watching, thank you very much for coming down here.
Your little McLaren is lurking over there.
And it doesn't have a barrier around it, which is good.
Oh, that's strange actually.
It's right. It's
and we're working out how to take these signs home. Oh look, Liberty Walk event store, casual. I can't hear it.
Can't hear it.
Can't hear you.
In the middle of the road, is there?
Can't hear you. Heard you. Snapping away. We've got that camera thing again, where you point cameras at each other and stand there awkwardly. I'm going to go over to my car. I can't wait to start it.
I know. So how many miles have you done in this so far? It's unbelievable.
So loud here. 48.
48 miles.
48 miles.
Wow, you must be itching to drive
it again. Well, it doesn't really count as driving it because I'm going out to the truck.
Oh, okay.
It's not exactly
Just
far.
being dropped off at home?
Yeah, we're taking all the cars home today. How's it going out there, Mark? Having fun?
No, not at all.
Can't work it out.
I need tools to dismantle this.
Oh well. I'm going to focus on the car.
And the tools are in your LT.
That's unfortunate. I like the sound of that little Lotus. But it's time for MrJWW to start up the McLaren, which I'm afraid is going to lose the sound contest to the noisier V8 that is alongside you.
But it is.
The sound of a cold LT start. I like how you gave it a little touch. I know that sound.
Mild blip.
Mild power blip. Cold engine, look after it.
Don't do too much.
Right, it's definitely Aston Martin time. Let's go!
All right.
This is a snap.
This is ridiculous. It's got a really good snap.
Wait, and that's not the blip. That's like
Standard. That's just as it is.
Yeah.
That's mad. It's straight through.
It's got something. It's legal. That's from the factory. Out we roll then, past an SLS Roadster and the 570S towards the truck. Both cars are loaded in then, so I'm going to head back over, find the Focus RS, which is actually in the airport car park, bemusingly. That's where I left it this morning. And then it's about a 2-hour drive from here back home. I always think it's really cool seeing them both in there. Then we'll unload, and they'll all be in my garage. And hello London, and hello cars. So I didn't actually feature the Focus RS drive at all, but we're back, and we're now going to take both of them out and work out how to get them home. You have to do a rather unusual manoeuvre to get in, although it's not too bad, but gravity is not helping me here. Yeah. Squeeze! Well, that was logistically rather complicated, so I apologise for the very poor effort in filming it, but we can't actually get a truck that big anywhere near my house, so we had to go to a main road not too far away, do all the unloading, get the big banner thing back here, get both cars back here, so it's involved a lot of running, a lot of shuffling around, and this is on very, very, very high levels of exhaustion, but the GT8 is back here in my garage. I say back here, it's never been here before. It is here for the first time. So I've given it my master parking spot. The top one, the big one. This is going to be going out, I guess, quite a few times in the next couple of days. While I enjoy driving it before we go back to Topaz, if the weather allows me, of course. Now it's pretty dark because all the lights are off. But I was a little bit worried about the front splitter getting down here. So we've got all the tools we needed in case we had to take it off last minute. But it managed it with about a finger's width to the ground. I'll show you the ramp in a second, just beyond where the McLaren parks. There's a ramp up there to get out. But it's very nice to have it home. So I had thought what I might do is try and take all my cars and put them on the same level of the garage and try and get a video clip of them all together. But that is going to be way too complicated, and quite frankly, I don't fancy it in my current level of tiredness, because there's a whole lot of ramps like this which are narrow and difficult, and I can just see something going wrong. So this is better saved until I've had a little bit more sleep. But it's really, really cool to have it here. Just while I'm thinking about it, one thing, reversing, no front or rear parking sensors on here, but there is a rear camera. But the thing I've got to watch out for is the fact that the wing hangs out so far back. Because if I reverse back here, the first thing that's going to hit the wall or hit the railing is the rear wing. But I'll learn that and I'll get used to where the sort of right point is, I guess. What I am going to do though is just do a quick run around the garage because, well, we can have a quick glance at all 5 cars, which is quite a fun thing to do, certainly for me. I mean, we're in central London here, and I doubt there could be that many places that have 5 garage spaces for one person. I mean, I rent all of the spaces. You can see our branding at the back there in my little storage area along with my tyres. But the McLaren's home. It's a bit oily from the paddock where it's been parked, so that needs a proper clean up. Got to work out how to do that. It's driven a grand total of 14 miles, I think, including unloading it and getting it here. So for those wondering, that's a pretty tight, awkward parking space, but sometimes it's better to put a car there than try and get it down the funny ramp down into the garage. The Focus RS, which has been the worker monkey for this trip, can't actually show you. Yes, I can. We can just see it. It's lurking in the corner over there. There it is. But for the other 2, I'm going to have to go down the stairs to a different level of my garage, where we have the FF and the Mini. And probably all of my neighbours are wondering right about now what is going on with all of these Me plates with different numbers, because the garage is flooded with them, and they probably still remember the GT4 with the 14 plate, and now they can see the GT8 with the 12 plate. And they're probably confused today, as I certainly would be. Well, not confused, you can work it out, can't you? But it just feels like there are nice cars everywhere right now. Schmini, I've seen quite a few people ask me recently why there hasn't been that much of this, why I've not I guess made any videos. Well, truth be told, I haven't really been here, had the right trips. I use it mostly getting around London, so that's not the kind of journey I ever make a video with, if that makes any sense. It's tiny, it's nippy, it's small, it's fun, it's much more entertaining to drive on city streets than necessarily something like that might be. So it fits that really kind of niche usage, I guess, for me, but doesn't tend to go on video that often. But I do very much enjoy it, and I think it looks very cute and fun. And it's not going anywhere anytime soon. FF, well, I kind of use the Focus RS an awful lot more now than I expected for kind of daily driver duties. So the FF doesn't do so much daily driver, but it will do that kind of support car on GT kind of tours across Europe. It will also hopefully do a ski trip or 2 this season to the Alps, maybe drive it down to the Geneva Motor Show, and obviously I use it whenever I go to a sort of more luxurious event or anything of those sorts. Focus RS, as I said, that's kind of daily driver duties and lots of winter driving, just parking it around. And now the McLaren and the GT8 both kind of share the baller supercar, if I can say that, sort of usage as really nicely spec. Well, this is really nicely spec. Actually, I hope you don't mind me saying, but I'm quite proud of all of my car's colours. I wouldn't have any of them any other way. They're all done well now exactly how I would like them. I bought the Focus RS in an exact spec I wanted. I bought the Mini in an exact spec I wanted. The FF, when I saw the spec, I fell in love with it, and obviously the other 2 I bought from new. So there is nothing I would change. Anyway, I am rambling way too much. I am very excited to have all of these cars here, and I can't believe it. It's like a pinch kind of thing, but I appreciate every bit of support from all of you, because there's nothing more fun than being able to share it all as well. I hope you see it that way, that it's just an insight into this world. Anyway, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more to come very soon. Autosport has been a crazy, crazy weekend, an awesome adventure, and the live show has just been, well, I guess the first of something new for me, but hopefully not the last. So I hope all of you who came down really enjoyed it. I'm going to wrap this one up for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers!